guys, welcome back to the Chow Mayne Show. I am Chow Mayne. Two possibilities exist. Either we are not alone in the universe, or we are not. Either we are alone in the universe, or we are not. Arthur C. Clarke. I hate how fast that quote goes by. Welcome back to the show. Today we're going to do Signal Simulator gameplay. I have about 21 hours in this game on Steam, according to Steam, which in a game like this is barely scratching the surface. Also, I'm wearing my glasses so I can actually see without squinting at the monitor the entire time. Tell you, the show's a work in progress, folks. Anyway, 21 hours is a lot in any game, but really in a game like this, like I said, I barely scratched the surface. I realized before we get into this, I play this game in a certain way that's fun to me. I mean, there's a gameplay loop to it that's fun. You can get a lot deeper into it. There are mechanics that you'll see as we go in that you can really nerd out and get into, like into the deep, dark crevasses of details. I play in a certain way that's like just kind of fun, but I know you can get a lot more technical. So if there's people out there that have played this at length and they're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're doing it all wrong. It's like, yeah, I might be, but I'm doing it in a way that I like having fun playing Signal Simulator. But I thought you guys would really enjoy this game, getting a look at it. Maybe some of you guys will be like, oh, that game's for me. Or some people are going to be like, I would absolutely not touch that game with a light year long stick. But anyway, this one goes out to Brian because I know, like, when he was in the military, he was a signal guy. If I'm right, you were in a signal battalion or something. But he was into communications, so I think he'll get a little kick out of this game. And I'm sipping on a little Powerade, so sorry if I'm taking little drink breaks, but I am thirsty today. In the spirit of Chow Mayne, we're going to start a new playthrough. We're going to start a new game. So you guys can see how the game works from the beginning. Again, I'm not a genius at this game. I just like it. It's fascinating to me. Let's get into it. Yes, we're gonna delete our old save, and there was nothing worth saving, and I'll explain that all in a second. All right, so basically the setup is you work, or you have access to basically like this huge satellite array. That moon is huge. The whole point is, it's kind of like that movie Contact, where Jodie Foster, she you either lease time from the government, or you win a grant and you have money to pay for dish time. And the whole idea is you're coming out here to search for radio signals from space. You're basically the long game plan here is to find a signal potentially from an intelligent civilization. SETI, which stands for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. That's not what is that? And there has been known to be stuff in the sky. I have a telescope on the roof. Let's see if we can get up there real quick. This isn't specifically SETI, but it's very similar. I mean, the obvious overtones here. And the whole point is, that's the gameplay. That's the loop. You're just spending all your time searching for signals from space. Is it still there? Yeah, what is that? Is it a cloud? Whoa, what was that? I don't know what that is, but it's moving. I thought it was the moon, but the moon's like over here. That's no moon. It's a space station. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, that's kind of the meat and potatoes, but I'll show you. It gets way more in depth than that, and it's actually pretty awesome. This is a little storage area here. Helicopter drops off supplies once a day. Let's go ahead and close the door. I like to lock everything. There are reasons why we're going to lock things, but I don't want to give any spoilers away yet. Again, I've played about 21 hours, which might seem like a lot, but it's really not. And there's a cool little Cybertruck around the corner here. Complete with smashed windows from a brick. That's a funny inside joke, but yeah, that's pretty sweet. I wish you could drive it. I actually did test drive a Cybertruck not long ago, and say what you want, love it, hate it, I don't know. I mean, there's such a mixed opinion on the look of the Cybertruck, but let me tell you, it is next level. I mean, it feels like the future. You get in and you just feel like you're in a sci-fi movie in the future. You're like, this is, like it or not, it's the future. I mean, it is so sleek. It is so high tech. Anyway, before we get to the desk, let me just walk you around the little apartment they have back here. Little kitchen, little table. None of it's really functional. There's a make-believe cup of coffee at the desk that you'll see in a minute. When it's empty, you can come make coffee, but the rest of it's pretty inconsequential. Have some cool posters, a bed that you can rest on to pass time, a little bathroom, and a bathtub that, surprisingly, you can get into and take a bath. La-da-da. You can have sexy bath time in here. I'm all nice and clean. All right, let's get back out to the main kiosk, and I'll show you the bread and butter of this game, where you're going to be spending most of your time. So here you have some screens. Those are all basically big versions of those right there. Over here you have a little panel that switches power distribution around the plant, allocating power to different satellite dishes, I think, or just different systems. Here you have a server rack where you can, let's see, admin. You log in, and this basically allows you to come in here and as things break down or things kind of go haywire, you can come in here and debug, find out what's going on, and fix issues as needed. Connection established. Let's see. I think there's a help too, HELP. Yeah. So within this, you can do all kinds of stuff, signal analyze, power boosts, check temperature, external, all kinds of stuff. It's very technical. I don't really use much of that, but I never have had to either. That door is locked, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down. So here, like I said, if you're still watching, you're interested in this game. I do not hold it against you, anybody out there, if you've turned this game off. Or if you've turned this video off by now, because it's kind of like train simulator or farming simulator. To some people, this is going to be like watching paint dry. All right, so from here, this is where we're going to be doing the meat and potatoes of Signal Simulator. So the first thing you want to do, and so you have a little laptop, the cup of coffee I was talking about. It is 7:37 at night, well, system time. In fact, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go to gameplay, and we're going to go local time off. So now it should reflect, because when you have it on your system time, it doesn't always look the same as what's outside. So it's 3:15 in the afternoon. It looks like we have some stuff that's turned on. Let's turn... I guess we'll leave that on. Is this on? One of these things is on, which is making noise, and it's kind of driving me crazy. Is it this guy? Yep, that's what it was. All right, we don't want that on just yet. So we're going to go to our laptop. In here, you have a lot of different options. Scanner, database, upgrades, modules. There's a lot of stuff. I believe the terminal. Yep, it's the terminal that's like in that other room that I just showed you. Upgrades is kind of cool because you have, and I know, sorry, my beautiful mug is hiding some of these options, but there's things like azimuth, antenna detection, tracking, coordinates, elevation, all these things you can upgrade. So as you're capturing signals and analyzing them, you gain points, which turn into credits, kind of like money, and then you're able to dump those into these different things and upgrade them. So like if you want the satellite, or if you want the satellite dishes to move faster, or if you'd like download speeds to be faster, if you want to optimize your power generator, it's all stuff that I can kind of show you later, but it's pretty cool. It gives it a little bit of a deeper connect, or a little bit of a deeper gameplay loop. Again, let's go to scanner. This is where you're going to start. So you kind of have this view of the sky with a little weird night vision camera. But what we're going to do, and I believe this is possibly a satellite that you're connected to, and you're kind of just looking around. But we're going to hold the mouse button down, and it's going to start scanning. As you can see, the percentage gets to 100%. And we have an anomaly detected. So it's going to show that little arrow pointing up. And so we'll go up. Sounds like we're on a submarine. Go 40 degrees down bubble. All right. See that little cloud right there? That's the signal we want to lock onto. So we hover over it. It starts analyzing. It's a little slower than the actual first part, but now it's 60, 70, 80, 90%. All right. So then this little dial shows up at the bottom. It's kind of like an AM/FM radio. So what you got to do is you got low on the left, high, so you can pick either direction to go. You're basically, it's like a radio. You're trying to tune and find the signal that it's found and locking onto it. It's kind of a game of chance whether you want to go left. There it is. Sometimes it sucks if you go one way and then you got to go all the way back because it's not the fastest dial on the planet. It might be an upgradable thing where you can dial that thing way faster. I don't know. But anyway, as you can see, signal detected. So we're going to back up out of the laptop and you can hear that noise. So basically what's happening is on this right here, we want to go auto scan. Doesn't always work. So if it doesn't, you got to go manual. So what we're trying to do is find that frequency. So we're either going to go up or down. And what you're looking for is you want to see this little frequency locked light turn green. That means we're spot on and you want to stop turning your dial. You don't have to go super slow, but just keep your eye on that light, because when that changes, it can go by really fast and you can miss it. And you got to go all the way back or, you know, dial it back. But sometimes I'll look away from the screen while I'm doing this because it doesn't make a sound when you pass it. You just have to see that light. So let's keep going. Sometimes you can get auto tracking or auto scan and it'll do it for you. I don't know what the ins and outs of that are, but sometimes it's available. Come on. All right, so there it is. All right, so now what you want to do is come over here and you can see this coordinate detection system. And basically what it's doing is it's calculating the averages for the azimuth and the elevation of that signal. And it's going to give us an average right here, one for the azimuth and one for the elevation. Is it azimuth or azimuth? Azimuth. Brian might know that because he's a satellite guy. I was an A-10 crew chief. He was a satellite guy. So I don't think the word azimuth ever came out of my mouth when I was in the military. Never came out of my mouth. Keep that azimuth out of your mouth. I don't know where. I'm a little punchy today, guys. Anyway, we're going to give it a minute to sort of average out because we're going to take those two numbers and we're going to plug them in right here to this system. And then basically, as soon as we hit go, that's what's going to send the satellite dishes moving to those coordinates. And then hopefully that's when we'll lock onto the signal for sure. And it'll start downloading so that we can see what the heck we've got. So as you can see, it's slightly changing, but right when you see them kind of slow down, sort of like when you do microwave popcorn and it's like, turn the microwave off when there's a 2 to 3 second, delay in between pops. That's kind of what you want to do here, but with numbers. So I think we're good. We're going to stop it. We have a 309.9, so we'll say 310 on the azimuth and 23.8 on the elevation, so 24. Let's round to 310 and 24. So 310 up here, 310, and all these knobs go in different increments. 310 and what was the other one? 24. 24. I went a little too far. Oops. As you can see, like it goes down in smaller increments. All right, there we go. So that'll hopefully roughly get us in the right ballpark. Now I'm gonna hit start and you could hear now all these dishes are moving. Let me get up and I'll show you. It's slow, it's a slow process. And again, this is stuff you can upgrade over time, but as you can see, all the dishes are starting to turn. In this case, they're turning to the left. And so if I go back to my seat, you can see that the current coordinates are 59, 58, 57. It's winding down backwards. It's going to go backwards to 310 degrees. If you can imagine a 360-degree compass, it's going backwards rather than going all the way forwards because it's the shorter path to get to that coordinate. So once it gets to 310 degrees, it'll stop, and then it'll switch to elevation adjust, and it's going to go from 31, which it's currently at. So that's the elevation. This is the azimuth. So the elevation is now going to go from 31%. It's going to go down, or 31 degrees down to 24 degrees to lock onto that signal. So it's sort of like it's moving right to where your coordinates are. Now, As we get closer, it's at 17 now. So we should hit 360 in a second once it goes below 0. Once it gets into the ballpark, you want to keep your eye on these two screens, or these two gauges right here, azimuth, elevation. These are red right now. As we get closer, green is going to start building up, and you want to get them as peak high as you can, because that means you're locked on very, very accurately to that signal, and that's going to translate to a faster and more reliable download speed as the system is grabbing it. And then once it's downloaded, the system will decode it. And based on what the decoding is, you can take it in there and analyze it, see what it is. Sometimes it's nothing. I'll go ahead and say this. In my 20 hours of gameplay, 20 plus hours of gameplay, I've never come across anything. Nothing. Ever. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos. There's some wild stuff that happens in this game. But I won't give any of that away if you're waiting to see kind of just what happens. No spoiler alerts here, but I've never experienced anything, and I've spent quite a bit of time honing this little process down. At first, and I started playing this game again like an old school gamer. I didn't look for any help. I just figured it out. So we're at 310. All right, so we're at 310. It's now moving downwards to get to our 24 degrees. I kind of made a little mistake there. I was not paying attention to these, so I didn't see if these spiked. So our averages were 309, 23. So what I do from here is, since we don't have any hits yet, I'm gonna go down to 305, and I'm gonna go down to 19. See what happens. If something happens, I'm gonna hit stop real quick. See that? Stop. Oh crap. That's the stop button. I hit the wrong one. All right, so what are we at? 305. So it was somewhere in between 305 and 310. So let's take it up to 3.7 and see what happens. There it is. So it's elevation kind of did its thing. So elevation looks like it was maybe at 20. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Nope. How about 21? Nope. How about 22? There it is. All right, so we know that the elevation is going to be slightly above 22. Let's go 22.2. Boom. Look at that. One more tick. Right there. Boom. Now we just got to adjust azimuth, and it's getting dark outside, but it doesn't really matter. You can do this in broad daylight or dark. So let's take this up to 308. Boom. Little high. Let's take it down 37.6. And you'll get a feel for this. We want to go down a little bit more. Now you can hear, oh, a little bit more. Ooh. Boom. So I got credits for that because I got it really close to the top. Now, if you were really feeling froggy, you could get that purely green. But over here, now you can see we're downloading for a whole whopping 4 megabytes per second. We're already at 15. This is actually faster than most streams. Of course, the data size of this signal is only 618 megabytes, it looks like. So it should download rather quickly as long as we don't lose this signal. And it's entirely possible these are start waning, which I don't think they will, because by now usually you'd see problems here if it was gonna if the signal was weak or if it was gonna leave. Up here you can kind of see what we're starting to look at. This signal type is a radio wave emission. The signal source is unknown. That's about all we know about it. We detected the signal at 7:48 p.m. on August 18th, 2026. So, see, you can see that waning just a tiny bit there, but I'm not too worried about it. We're 50% downloaded. And once it's downloaded, it's going to start processing right here. And then anything that's decoded from it is going to pop up here. So if you were going to get a message that said, like, "We come in peace," this is right where it would show up if the system was successful in decoding. As you can see, it's getting a little wonky there. I could probably try to tweak it and see what happens. There, see, like that. Whoa! See, you get 11 credits for that. No joke. If I go down one more, I think we can afford to do that. Nope. That wasn't really. Yeah. Maybe up a tick. Nope. Down. Boom. See, it rewards you for like being diligent. And I just realized you can't see, but right behind my photo or my video up there is where it's showing the credits that I'm receiving. I could move my camera to the right, to the left, to the bottom. I'm blocking something. It never fails, so I kind of just gave up on trying to do that. We're at 91% downloaded. It looks like this is going to be a pretty nice radio transmission or wave emission. Let's just see what it is. It's probably nothing. It always usually is nothing. Like I said, I haven't experienced anything. I've seen some wild YouTube videos, and I think they're legit. I mean, I don't doubt that there is stuff in this game. All right, so as you can see, the decoded data is gibberish. So it's probably just a rogue radio wave that bounced off a satellite and came back at me. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Interference, radiation, could be a lot of different things. Again, I'm sure there's someone out there that is amazing at this game and they're like, dude, you do not know what you're doing. But I do know what I'm doing in the sense that I know how to find signals. What to do with them after that is a whole different story. After I usually get a few signals, I'll go in here to the terminal and I'll analyze what I have. But yeah, it is what it is for now. So let's go back to the scanner. Oops, disconnect. We got to stop, signal disable. That zeroes out back to nothing. Now we can go search for a new signal. What time is it? Actually, I didn't even look at the time. Let's see. It is 10:50. Would that say 10:50? I think it said 10:50. Yeah, 10:55. And I believe, see, I can put this into system time, which will, it doesn't change much. It just changes what time it is on that screen. It'll still go day night on its own cycle. So it'll be weird if it's like 10 at, 11 at night and it's broad daylight outside. Doesn't make sense. That's why I turned that setting off. Real quick, I like to keep an eye up here. Since it's nighttime, I'm not going to go out and clean the dishes just yet. I'm going to wait till early morning and I'll take a drive out to the solar farm and have the solar panels cleaned off so that we can get this charge efficiency up to like 99% or 100%. It's a desert, so these things get dirty pretty quick. But our system efficiency is pretty good, 97%. We're not running a lot of things right now. You can turn stuff off to conserve power, as you can see. And again, I'm sure this gameplay mechanic comes far more into it. You can have power outages, there's storms. Some days it's raining all day and you can't charge your panels. So anyway, let's go get a signal. Let's go get us a signal. Scanner. Scanning. Oh, I love Powerade. There it is, right there. It was right underneath us. All right, so analyzing the signal that we've detected. Reticulating splines. Oh, that's fast. All right, so we're really close to the low end, so let's just go left. Because watch it be like right there in the corner. Nope. All right. And like I said, again, this is like a little radio dial. You're just listening for that lock-on that shows you the electromagnetic waves that you're looking for. There it is. Nice. All right. So no tracking available. We have to do it manually again. I guess we'll just go up. Why not? It'll turn over. There it is. Man, we lucked out on that one. Okay, let's turn this on. Let's start getting our numbers in. Coordinate detection. Again, it's going to start cycling. It's going to start getting all these numbers, and then it's going to average what it has. Here for the azimuth, here for the elevation. We'll fire this up, get it ready to enter our coordinates in. This is the old signal, don't pay attention. This will update once we have a lock on. Or whatever you call it. While we wait, I'm tired of looking at these watermelon dots sitting in front of me, man. I'm going to have one. I'm hungry. So we'll see what happens with this this signal. This is going to be a short video, I think. I just wanted to launch into a little signal simulator and share it with you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, but leave me a comment if you guys are enjoying this video. Let me know what you think of Signal Simulator. Again, hardcore gamers, people that play Fortnite, I'm not putting them down, but they'll probably look at a game like this and they'll be like, I would rather chew broken glass. All right. Those averages look good. 227 by 75. Okay. All right. 227, right? Yeah, by 75. I love those things, but man, they stick in your teeth. All right, let's fire it away. So the azimuth rotation has a little bit of a ways to go here. 301 all the way down to 227. Not bad though. Sometimes it stinks when it's like going down to 10 degrees and you got to wait forever. Elevation shouldn't take long either. It's got to go from 22.3 up to 75.3. We're looking good on power. Not bad on system efficiency. We're at 71%. Nice clear night. Hopefully tomorrow's clear. I didn't look at the weather report. Weather report looks good. Looks like rain maybe the day after tomorrow or maybe late in the day tomorrow, but that, as far as I know, stands for sun. I don't know. I mean, like I said, a lot of this game I just winged it, man, to learn it. I am not a pro at this game. I just have fun with it. I mean, that's what the games are for at the end of the day, right? I mean, I'm a big simulator guy, but some simulators, I'm just gonna play it and have fun. I know there's probably a manual the size of a dictionary for this game, but it is what it is. Let's just have fun. All right, so we're at 247. Let's start paying attention to this thing. That way we can stop it if we need to. We got to be getting close to 227 degrees. Come on. Big money, big money, big money. Stop. What was that show? All right, didn't get anything on the azimuth. Let's let the elevation do its thing. 27 up to 75.3 degrees. Down bubble. I always wanted to say that. I should have gone to the Navy for the sole reason to be able to say down bubble. 8 degrees down bubble. Surface the boat. That'd be a good playthrough. Play some Silent Hunter 4. Or Silent Hunter 3. I like 4 better, personally. A lot of people swear by Silent Hunter 3, but I don't know. When it comes to sub games, 4 just won me over. The graphics are still nice. They still hold up pretty well to this day. And the gameplay is solid if you enjoy World War II era German U-boat warfare on top of Signal Simulator. I feel like I have a big red piece of dot on my tooth. On my tooth! My tooth! I'll take a toot. What was that video that came out a while back? I do toot. Now, I don't drink, but if you got a toot, I do toot. Oh, shoot. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Okay. So we're at 227 by 75. The averages were 226, 80. Oh, 75. So like I did before, let's go up 5 and up 5. See what happens. And if not, we'll go back down. Azimuth moving. Whoa! All right, so we got a hit on elevation at 78, which means it's got to be like really close to that. Let's go to 78 point. What are we at? 78.0. Let's go to 78.5 and see if that tops out. Nope. No, not even. Well, close, but not that close. All right, let's go to 78.6. Am I doing this right? Oh, I'm in them. There we go. Nope. I was getting farther away. 78.4. Yep. 78.3. Yep. 78.1. Boom. 78.1. 78.134. There we go. All right. So now we just need to figure out the azimuth. We're at 232. We went up 5. So I'm going to take it down 5. Now we're at 222.5 degrees. That's got to hit, right? Come on, baby. There it is. Ooh! Hitting that stop button right on time is fun. I don't even know if I want to mess with it more than that. I think we have a pretty good... I mean, I could probably get some good points, though, right? What the problem is 225.5 degrees. 225.5, right? Okay. Let's adjust this to match that. 225.5. There we go. Look at that. I didn't get any points for that, but we're spot on. All right, so now, as you can see, we had about almost a gigabyte data packet coming in. We're doing pretty well on download speed. I think the first thing I'd like to upgrade is the download speed. 3.68 megabytes. We're at 16% downloaded. Up here, let's look at what we got. Another radio wave. So nothing cool. Sometimes it'll tell you if it's a star or a planet. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Audio play. Did I not have that? Huh. No. Do you hear that? What the heck was that? I had my speakers way turned down, and I did not hear that. Should we go look outside? That sounded, I couldn't tell if that was outside or if it was on the game. That was crazy. Those satellites are locked on, man. That's dark as heck in that bathroom. Gotta get some guy out here to put some light bulbs in, man. You think I should go look outside? I'm kind of scared. Let's see. That'd be the most action I've seen in a while. That's not creepy at all. What? I mean, it kind of sounds like the pits of hell or something, you know? I mean, I don't know. That's wild times. We got a solid connection. I got my finger on the volume because I got to start wearing headphones for this game. Cause I need to hear some of this stuff. 60% downloaded. Looks like we're getting rain soon. Darn it. I need to get those solar panels clean. We only got 68% efficiency out there when it's charging. They're not charging now, obviously, but all right, still got data coming in. We're at 63%. Dude, I feel like am I imagining things, or did that screen just flash with something? What the heck is that? You guys remember the WoW signal? I mean, for those of you that are old enough to remember that, do you remember like reading about that? And like, if you're looking for a good night of deep dive alien UFO / did we ever receive any signals from outer space? YouTube the WoW signal, WOW signal. It is fascinating. I'm not going to say if it's true or not. I don't know. There's a lot of back and forth on it, but a lot of scientists consider it one of the most, what would be the word? One of the most fascinating / possible signals we've ever received, possibly from an intelligent civilization. I could be totally misnomering that, or misinterpreting that, but I don't know. Go look it up if you're remotely into stuff like this. Look up the WoW signal. There's a lot out there on it, and it will take up your night, take you down a rabbit hole. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not making you guys dizzy. I'm like, argh. Anyway, we're still solid signal, solid good stuff. Let's see what we're at. We're at 79%. Come on. 2 in the morning. That signal's freaking me out. I almost wonder if we could run up to the balcony real quick on 80%. Yeah, let's do it real quick. Come on. I could have sworn I locked this door earlier. Maybe I didn't. What? Why are they all unlocked? Turn the lights on outside. That should have been locked. You saw me lock the door when I came in. Oh, something double backing on me. So what is that looking at? That's like looking straight up that way. Whoa, did you see that shooting star? That was cool. So they're looking straight up. Not that I would see anything, but it's a beautiful night out here. I'm not a big desert guy. I mean, I lived in Tucson for years, and it's just too hot for me. But I appreciate the desert. You know what I mean? I wouldn't live in it ever again, but there is something about the desert that's mysterious and beautiful. And all right, you saw me lock all 3 of those doors. All right, strong signal. We could probably adjust elevation, but with 6% to go, I'm not worried about it. Unless I get points for it. I didn't get points for that. All right, 96%. Let's see what this hellish noise is. It's probably just something like, whoa. Yeah, I mean, it could be a million things, right? You ever look up like what certain planets sound like when we aim radio things at them? It's kind of strange. Apparently they say space smells like burnt meat. All right, what do we got here? Binary data. Let's see. Nope. Jambalaya. All right. Nothing. Okie doke. Let's turn that off. Oh, no. Is it this one? No. You can turn that one off. There we go. That's crazy, though. All right, so we're off. It's that big button right there, signal disable. So whatever we got right there, it's still jumbled. I'll try one thing here. We can go to our terminal, admin, signal, analyze. Not enough data analysis to complete the command. Help. Yeah, so analyze all signals in the database for module schematics. Obviously, we don't have anything worth checking out. It's telling us, basically. Here are the 2 we got tonight. Radio wave emission, analyze, decoded. Yeah, these 2, I don't know what they were, but they were nothing, apparently. Anyway, that is the beginning of Signal Simulator. If you guys want to see more, let me know. I'll do more episodes. I'll do a much longer play if you guys would like, if this is something that interests you. Again, I would really love to catch something here. Like, how cool would that be? Tomorrow I'm going to go out and do the solar panels and all that stuff. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more Signal Simulator on Chow Mayne. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I love you guys. You're the best. Thanks for all the people that have subbed so far, and we'll catch you on the next one.